some of what you're experiencing behind you, because you're in New York. You're also tracking the air quality issues from Canada's wildfire. Can you just give us the latest on what you're seeing and feeling there in New York and what we're seeing across large portions of this country right now?
Sure, Omar. Yeah, we're on the East River. You can see Lower Manhattan. We're on the Brooklyn side. And the tourist crowd is thinned out a bit. You can taste it. You can feel it in your throat. You can have that acrid smell. This is a World Cup viewing fan zone. Hopefully this will have cleared out by Sunday's final. A lot of players and fans would have to put up with this if it's still like this. But the air quality index right now is about 100, 110. That is the measurement of particulate matter that's 2.5 microns or smaller. So that's a 30th the size of a human hair. So it's tiny, tiny soot that gets into your lungs, into your bloodstream. It kills 5 million people a year worldwide. Exposure to outdoor air pollution kills 4 million. And so the places like you've been showing in the Midwest, Chicago much worse, Boston seems worse, Toronto was horrific yesterday. At one point today, the air quality index in Hibbing, Minnesota was 1,600. And remember, the index, once it gets over 200, is when you should start thinking about getting inside and wearing a mask. 1,600 just shows the density of that particular matter for every square meter, every square yard. We're hoping for some relief here, but not nearly as bad as it was back in 2023 when the skies turned orange for 2 days. The AQI back then was like 480 for a couple of days, so you got to keep an eye on that number, and also make it in your house if you can. And it's amazing. I just cracked my window this morning to see if I could smell it, and I have an air monitor in my house. It's spiked with a PM 2.5. So when you're exposed to it for over 8 hours, that's when it gets rough. People with health conditions should be super cognizant of this right now.
And again, another aspect everyone is monitoring very closely, including you, Bill Weir. Appreciate the reporting for us in New York. Meanwhile, we are just hours away from President Trump's primetime speech, where he's expected to push claims of foreign meddling in U.S. elections. I want to bring in CNN's Caitlin Collins, who is at the White House for us in the briefing room, where Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt was just asked about that. Caitlin, what did she have to say?
Yeah, a lot of questions on what exactly the president is planning to reveal in his speech tonight. There weren't a lot of details, but the one thing that Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, did make clear here, Omar, is that the president is going to be talking about election integrity tonight. And obviously, as we have heard from the president for the last 6 years, he doesn't believe there's a lot of it, though there's not a lot of evidence to back up, or any evidence really to back up what the president has been arguing for 6 years, which is that he actually won the 2020 election. And so, we do expect the president to come out and kind of declassify some documents this administration has in its possession to talk about election security and attempted meddling by foreign governments in his speech tonight. And one thing that Caroline Leavitt did say, as there are a lot of questions about what exactly the president is planning to reveal and whether there's any evidence to back up what he is expected to say tonight, that everything he says tonight will be backed up by evidence and fact. And so during this back and forth, as reporters were trying to suss out more details about what the president is expected to say tonight, I asked the press secretary this question. Regarding the president's speech tonight, he's been in office over